Now, after he lost his grandfather to diabetes, he went on a mission to find a better way to eat, think, and live that reverses the causes and symptoms of diabetes and obesity. And he's sharing that mission in his new documentary. It's called Better. Jonathan Baylor joining us now this morning. Jonathan, I think a lot of us want to be better, feel better. And your documentary just came out yesterday. So tell us what got you to want to put this together.
Early in my life, as you mentioned, I had a tragic experience with my grandfather where I lost him avoidably to diabetes, and especially what we've seen with the recent epidemic. So many people today are suffering needlessly because of a lack of access to correct information. And there's so much confusion in the diet world. What actually is healthy? We wanted to work with top doctors at the Harvard Medical School to end that and to give us a shame-free and easy way to live better.
Oh, I think so many people can relate to this. What diet do I follow? What do I do to be healthy? It's a constant struggle for a lot of folks. But you got medical doctors, as you said, from Harvard involved. How did they become involved? Why did they sign on to support what you're saying here?
What we're trying to do here, instead of telling you this diet is correct and doing this is wrong, is just using proven science, practical habits, and powerful love to give you simple, evidence-based tactics that the scientific community agrees on completely to live better. Right? There's so much shame and blame and right and wrong and pursuit of perfection, it can become overwhelming. But we all can live better, and that's what we concretely outline what to do and how to do in this film.
And Jonathan, it looks like, we're seeing clips of the documentary here where you're interviewing people who may have experienced diabetes, obesity. You're calling it diabesity. Was it hard to have people talk about this? I mean, I know it's a personal thing. It's a tough thing that people are facing. How did you get this, real life cast?
We call the individuals in the film diabesity heroes because really what they did by putting themselves out there is heroic. The shame issues that we deal with regarding body image and frankly even discrimination as it relates to our visual appearance and medical conditions is heartbreaking. So that's another thing that we really wanted to raise awareness with in this film, and that is the body shaming and fat shaming and frankly diabesity shaming that's taking place in our culture, because again, we can all do better than that, and we deserve better than that. So we have 20 people in this film at the start of their journey, in the middle of their journey, and people who have, let's say, completed their journey and are on the other side of this disease. And their stories really bring this home and really provide tremendous inspiration.
The diabesity shaming, it's so heartbreaking because you do hear that a lot. People say, I got diabetes. Other people's response is, well, you can do something about it. Tell me about that. That's not as easy as people say it is, right?
The deeper we get into the science, the more we see that things like diabetes and things like obesity, these are diseases. And it's heartbreaking when someone says, I have a cancer diagnosis. The reaction and the response they get is radically different than when someone says, I have a diabetes diagnosis, or I've chronically struggled with my weight no matter how hard I try. We need to start treating this epidemic, which affects 1 in every 3 Americans, with the same compassion and scientific rigor that we would any other potentially fatal disease.
So what do you hope people take away from this? Is there a way that we can approach our diets and how to live healthier and how to live better?
Try as much as you can to free yourself from these shame and blame based mindsets of right and wrong, or I'm good or bad based on what I put in my mouth. This is not a question of shame or blame. This is a question of giving our best effort based on the best science available and making gradual changes to live a little bit better every week.
Now, keto, vegan, paleo, there's so many different ways of, people dieting. Is there anything that does work for people?
That's exactly what we, let's say, reveal in this film, is a Harvard-backed, proven framework to make the optimal food choices for you. It's not a diet, it's a framework that anyone can apply based on any pre-existing medical conditions or food preferences to choose better and then to live better as a result.
And Jonathan, your documentary just came out. It's already seeing success, right?
Yeah, it came out as #4 on iTunes yesterday, which really warmed our hearts. This has been 4 years in the making and something that's never been done before, thanks to that Harvard medical doctor involvement and these courageous diabesity heroes. So I would encourage everyone to go to bettermovie.com. I promise this film is going to inspire you, and it's going to give you concrete next steps to live better.
All right, Jonathan, thanks so much for your time this morning. Great to have you on.